We are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B Ball Archives. Once again, I got the bum AJ in the house. And yes, if you if you're here on the heels of that Spurs loss to the Cavs, then you are probably just as frustrated as we
Dude,
are.
my God.
Yeah, there's a lot to say,
Ugh.
oh my god, about when we're uh unpacking this game. And usually I want to ask you how you are, but I think we should just dive in right into the frustration because I think I know how you are.
Yeah, dude. I'm fucking pissed. Honestly. Like that's a frustrating loss. That's a game that we should have won. That's a game that we match up really well with. And I know the Cavs are a good team, but they came in to our house and just pissed on our couch essentially, man. Like they just absolutely came in and dominated. And it was really frustrating. Um, I know basketball is about making shots, and we didn't do that. We were missing a lot of easy look. We had a lot of wide open looks, some bunnies in there too. The first quarter, I was like, okay, here we go. That was dug ourselves out of that hole. That was great. And then it was, I think, what was it, like less than 2 minutes in before halftime, and that's when the wheel started to fall off. Wimby had that turnover, which led to a 3-pointer, which led to that foul, which led to basically them cutting an 11-point would lead to what, 6 points, I think, or seven, six, seven, some. So, it was just one of those like really gut punching moments, and I was like, that's not a good look to go into halftime, and that's when the wheels just kind of fell off.
Yeah, I think you can just kind of point to a lot of moments in that second half where the wheels essentially fell off. Yeah, there was just a lot of just not a lot of urgency, and it was kind of disappointing because of the emphasis we put on so many great things in the first half when we were getting to the paint, really getting really forcing the refs to make calls because
Yeah,
of the physical brand of basketball we were playing. And that's what you want to see going at those double bigs that Cleveland has. And speaking of double bigs, that's a lot of what we were seeing in the first half. We were seeing, Cornette, Wemby playing in unison, and those minutes were successful. Those were positive minutes. And then all of a sudden in the second half, it's ghost town with the double big lineup. We don't go back to it. And that's one of the things that is leaving me scratching my head a little bit and saying, hey, Mitch Johnson, why aren't we at least trying that for a 3-4 minute stretch when things aren't going well in the second half for,
yeah,
a large period of time? It's like, why not go back to that? So that is one thing that I'm, left desiring moving forward.
yeah, man. I mean, Devin Vassell can't go 1 for 6 at home. Like that's I'll go 1 for 6 for Devin Vassell away in a tough game in Cleveland. I'm cool with that. You can't do that at home. And same thing with Harrison Barnes, 1 for 5. Mr. 100% is now Mr. Quarter. So like, we can't be missing shots at home like that. And it's a frustrating loss, man. It just really is. And they, I thought we had them in the first half, and just the whole thing just kind of unraveled. And what I'm looking at here is just we missed a lot. We just missed a lot of bunnies. Like we just missed a lot of layups at the rim. It was a physical game. That was one thing that the refs kind of let them play, and I don't think we were ready for that. Even though we were getting to the line, they still let a lot go.
Yeah, and that's a great point. We did get to the line a lot. We shot 36 free throws in comparison to their 20. So I thought we did do a good job of that, but we didn't slow down their pace of play and really capitalize on uh, a lot of what could have been one chance possessions. Instead, we gave them another chance. You know, even though we won the rebounding battle, they still shot 13 more shots than us. And
Yeah,
just when you play at in a higher pace of play, it's like it's going to lead to more shots. And Yeah, I just was not excited to see how we closed out on them once again.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, we look slow. I mean, we definitely looked like we were in a blender for a little bit of that game for sure, especially in that beginning of that second half. So it was just you saw that our youth can come out at any time. I mean, Dylan Harper looked like a rookie today. He has some great shots, but he looked like a rookie today. And that's just these are the kind of games that you really want your team to get up for. But all right, like two straight losses after an 8-game win streak. If you're the Spurs, you got to turn the page and you got to get that win back against the Knicks. You have to get that win back. If you don't get that win back, then we got to have a serious conversation real quick because yes, it's we're still in a good spot, but this was supposed to be the easy time. This was supposed to be the we're home, everything's cool. I'm in my own bed. I have a good routine. Everyone, I know everyone at the stadium, kind of thing, and here we are, two out of three
right.
games lost.
Right. Yeah. This was like to your point, this was supposed to be the comfortable portion of the schedule where it's like, all right, Jazz, and Jazz team that's chilling at, 11th, 12th in the West, not really potent offensively. That should be kind of a chill game. Was not at all.
Yep.
Same thing tonight. Like we're playing a Cavs team that's on a tough 2-game skid, and they're barely looking at playoffs in the East, which is kind of a laughable situation. You barely have to be 500 to be in that conversation.
Yeah, man.
And so I'm looking at it like, yeah, this was not a good loss for us. We let too many weird things happen, even on a night where I thought Wembenyama played well. Um,
Yeah,
I want to see him do more. I want to see him establish position far enough into the paint where he's getting us more offensive rebounds because I love the defensive rebounding. Like when he gets 14 rebounds, I want to see at least 4 or 5 of them offensive.
sure.
I
No,
I mean, I
absolutely.
love the 14 rebounds, but 12 defensive, 2 offensive, that to me, like that balance isn't amazing. I
Th-
need to see more opportunity creation from his rebounding offensively.
For sure. This was the first time I mean, dude, Wimby looked like Tony Parker circa like 2007. He was on the ground a lot. I mean, he was just every time he looked up, he was on the ground. So they were very physical with Wimby, and I mean, thank God he put on that weight over the summer. But at he looks like a 21-year-old whenever he's going against these 28-year-olds. So that's just the reality of it, and you're this is a kind of reminder. This is a grown man league. You got to step up sometimes and punch back. So in that time, instead of I like to see someone get a little fired up and maybe get a technical foul in there or something like that. This is when a Jeremy Sohan type guy that can be kind of a disruptor, just to kind of calm everyone down, would be really good to have. Or just someone that can go take out some knees. I'm not saying get hurt, but but just someone to take that attention off. And honestly, like there's a lot to hate on the court. Off the court, I have to give it up for the Jackals, man. Dude, the Jackals sound fantastic on national broadcast. And
They
then
do.
they were interviewing them in the second quarter, and I don't know what Jackal this was, but my man was 3 beers deep, and I was like, dude, it's the middle of the second quarter, and this guy's like definitely on. He's having a good time. He's about $30 probably into the hole right now, so he's
At
gonna have to
least.
like just keep it rolling, bro. If I knew his Venmo, I would have sent him some money.
Oh yeah, you send him 15 bucks for that next beer. But yeah, I love the Jackals and the energy they bring. You like we were saying last podcast when we were talking about the loss to the Utah Jazz, even when we are dealing with the loss, that's when you need spirits to be at an all-time high and for the energy to be brought, especially when we see stinkers of a fourth quarter
Man,
like that.
just
Like, oh my,
gross.
just no sense of urgency, letting Jalen Tyson get to his spots and hit wide open threes, just making Jared Allen look like
Yeah,
prime Shaquille O'Neal against us, just like he was a dominant
that was a
force. And
frustrating part.
and just allowing him to get just a really comfortable 27-10 just was not sitting right with me, and it just really seems like the Cavs just have our number. Like, we have not won against the Cavaliers since December 2022. That is now 7 straight games we've lost to them, and
Damn.
including earlier this season again,
Damn.
December 5th,
Well,
when we lost 130 to 117. It's tough. That just seems like they're a tough matchup against us.
is what it is, man. Is what it is. So, all right, 2-game skid. We got the Knicks in 2 days. You better bring it. And also, like, I have a question, Rob. So, are the Knicks gonna stay in San Antonio for New Year's?
I would say
Are they gonna
no.
are they gonna go to, like, I want to say, like, maybe Dallas? They have Dallas on the second, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me, or maybe Houston, because San Antonio on New Year's, like, I don't know if you want to be downtown for that.
No, not if you're any person involved in the Knicks organization. I don't know if you want to be involved in that shenanigans, but I need to see what time the game starts. Yeah, I don't know what time the game. Oh, 6 p.m.
Oh, it's a
It
6 p.m. game.
it's a 6 p.m. game. So hypothetically, you could wrap that game up and they could touch down back in New York.
Yeah, that's
I
probably why they did
yeah, I don't know.
it.
I don't know. It could be interesting, but at the same time, yeah, I view this as a game where we can send a message to one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and say, yeah, we're not only, you know, getting our groove back after these 2 losses, but we're gonna send a little message to you after you beat us in the NBA Cup Finals and say we are the more complete roster.
What do you think? What do you think our issue is these past 2 games? What's been our biggest problem?
I would say that we're a team that relies a lot on very specific shots. It's corner threes and free throw line extended threes, and when we're not hitting those opportunities, we actually become a fairly predictable team to defend. Because then we can just we can expect our opponent to kind of crowd the paint and make our opportunities around the basket really hard. That's what you saw tonight. Even Wemby
Yeah,
was having trouble finishing around the rim.
yeah,
Jared Allen was just able to really cue him up defensively, be physical with him. Because like we said earlier, Harrison Barnes was 1 for 5. De'Aaron Fox was 1 for 6. Vassell was 1 for 6 from beyond the arc. Castle
yeah.
was
You can't
over
do that.
3. Yeah, it's just like our starters are guys that we rely on giving us this gravity and helping us space the floor. They just weren't doing that. So it's
It's
tough.
frustrating because, as Deion Sanders says, you look good, you play good. And dude, those uniforms were crisp. The floor looked fantastic on TV. I mean, I was very pleased with the aesthetics of that game. I just very disappointed in the product of that game. So yeah, let's see, dust yourself off and move on. You got to move on. But I would hope that Mitch Johnson's chewing some ass right now and really get into these guys, because this is, for the expectations we have now, this team, of what we've seen, this is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
Right. I mean, back-to-back nights we shoot 23% from beyond the arc. It's just like I don't know how we can expect to still be competitive when multiple guys we rely on to space the floor are just coming up blank. And I don't mean to throw shade or whatever, but I'm gonna need a couple of bounce back performances before I start calling Harrison Barnes Mr. 100%
Yeah,
again.
100%. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I need to see, not NBA Finals Harrison Barnes. I need to see Mr. 100% Harrison Barnes. And this is a game where we got to the line 36 times.
Yeah.
Like, that's like we got to the line, we did everything we're supposed to. We just didn't hit shots, and like, yeah, 23% from three is just, you can't do that in today's NBA. You just can't.
No. It's like we out rebounded them. We got to the line. Our points in the paint were about the same, very competitive. It's like we did the things that Spurs basketball is supposed to do to win a game. It's just, yeah, we were missing the 3 point, that 3 point connection, and unfortunately, yeah, just bad shooting kept us away from a win tonight. And yeah,
Dude,
I
just
was
I need a reason because I got a good chant for the Jackals. I got a really good chant for the Jackals. But Harrison Barnes needs to play well. Like, that's the
right.
problem. It doesn't work if he doesn't play well.
Well, we know it doesn't take a lot for Harrison Barnes to catch fire, so I know we're being very critical of him, but
Dude,
it's because we know he can rattle off these 5, 6 3 point outbursts
okay.
where, he's getting 20, 25 a night.
Dude, here's what he needs to do. Just go to HEB, buy a bunch of people groceries again, get back into that groove, and then we'll be like, that's what he needs. He needs to go buy more people groceries. That's what it comes down to.
Dude, there was multiple people in our comment section that were a part of the people he bought groceries for.
Yeah.
And shout out to those people that commented on that Mr. 100 post, because that was cool, just being able to connect with some of
Well,
the people, yeah,
since it's New Year's,
that actually connected with Harrison Barnes.
dude, how about this? Since it's New Year's, post up out of Mr. Fireworks and just have your card ready to go. Buy one, get 10 free, and just give away a bunch of fireworks because New Year's Eve is, you know how San Antonio gets, the entire skyline just like blows up with fireworks. And then they're like, don't shoot fireworks in the city. And it's like, okay.
Right. Yeah, don't shoot that many fireworks off, or
Yeah.
just
And
don't
the
start a
entire
fire.
thing looks insane.
Yeah. But there's one play I have to glaze.
Yes. We have to
The
talk about it.
are you talking about the castle off the glass
Dude.
oop to Wemby?
Yeah.
And he finished it with ferocity. I mean, that's something that we can be excited to watch year in, year out as Spurs fans, knowing
Yeah.
that we're gonna see Stephon Castle off the glass to Wemby just on a regular basis. This is just, yeah, we're truly blessed. Even in a loss, it's still
Yeah.
fantastic to see things like
What an
that.
amazing play. And what was frustrating about the second half mostly is that we were getting Wimby that ball down low. Where in years past, especially his rookie year, he would be down low with his hands up and no one would throw him the ball. And now we're like, hey, tall guy down low, let's throw him the ball. And we were doing that. And then even that off the glass thing, like, I don't know how we got there, but it happened. That they must have been practicing that for a while. And they're like, should we do it? And he's like, we. And so they ended up doing it. And it was really cool to watch. And I hope we get more of it. And, with a guy like Wimby, these highlights are going to be viral and it'll be fun to watch. I really hope Steph Castle decides to return to the dunk contest and get that championship because, man, it'd be really cool to see him. Be cool to see like Wimby be involved in some capacity. So I hope he gets to kind of get that dunk contest title back. But it's not really a past a rookie thing anymore. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've said it multiple times. He's more of an in-game dunker and cares more about those kind of dunks. And even in his dunk contest dunks, they look more of like things you'd see in game. So yeah, I think
Who's Mac McClung playing for right now?
I'm not sure.
Can
Not at the
the
top of my
Spurs
head.
sign him real quick just to have a dunk contest?
Ah, man. Yeah, yeah, on a night like tonight, you got to be asking, "Hey, who can we sign?" No, I'm just kidding.
No,
But
but you
it
just gotta. These are the nights that you need that you want that. This is why you pay that money for Fox is for these kind of nights. And when you don't see your ROI, you're like, God damn it. So, but
yeah,
82 game season is what it is. But we got to get the next game. You can't go 0-3 in your homestead after being gone for like 35 days or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We have a prime opportunity to bounce back against the Knicks, but man, it's just on a night where Donovan Mitchell goes 3 of 12, 2 of 9 from deep, only scores 10 points. That was a night where their offensive juggernaut was kind of slowing down. He just wasn't at his best. And that was kind of a night where we should have capitalized on him having an off night, and we just really didn't. So I thought that was just it was just a little bit lackluster from every way you look at it.
Yeah, man. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
What am I doing New Year's Eve? I'm not 100% sure. I know that Marin and I are going to go to dinner New Year's Eve, but then
Ooh.
actually after that, nothing too crazy.
Are we going to do a podcast after the game on New Year's Eve, or are we going to hold off until we can't do it New Year's Day unless we do it at like 9 a.m.?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do whatever, but we can have this conversation off live. Uh
No, because I kind of want to drink on air.
okay, well then we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Absolutely, but yeah, when we're talking about the Spurs Cavs game, is there anything else that's really sticking out to you before we just move on?
Yeah. One thing that stuck out to me a little bit was Grant Hill. Man, he made a comment before the game started. I don't know if you heard this or not, but he made a reference. He said, um, something to the like the detriment of the Trailblazers. No, the detriment of the Trailblazers or something like, or the same as my career or something to that effect. And it just really broke my heart because I'm like, man, he's accepted that his career was basically ended by injuries, and I'm like, man, that really sucks. So I wish, I'm happy that he's kind of complacent with it at this point, but also like, damn, like what he should have been and what he was, just God, this is why you do need some second opinion sometimes with injuries.
Oh yeah. I mean, and honestly, great topic to bring up because yeah, Grant Hill, he is one of those guys where you think about, what if? And I think he isn't immune to seeing those lists where it's like, what if Derrick Rose didn't do this,
Yeah,
or what if Brandon Roy didn't get hurt, and it's like, oh, okay, what if Grant Hill didn't get hurt when he got hurt? He would be, you
right.
know, ranked, top whatever small forwards all time. It's like, there's maybe a chance he could be, in that like top like 7, top 8 small forward all time, and instead of, where he is much lower. But,
Yeah.
we could
I
be
get
looking at him, in a way different light without
I w-
injuries.
I would say he is what Vince Carter was. He could have been what Vince Carter was.
But see, in his prime, he's better than Vince
Oh
Carter.
yeah, one hundred
Like,
percent. He
well,
shot better and everything.
and
Yeah,
see that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I almost view it in like in his prime, he was like poised to almost be like what like T Mac was, where like he was like in MVP conversations because as good as Vince was, he was never in those MVP conversations like like T Mac and
yeah,
stuff like that. So like I almost view it like he was like a different version of T-Mac in a way where they both kind of got riddled by injuries. Another what if kind of guy to a
yeah.
certain degree. And but yeah, that's a great thing to bring up because there's so many times there are those what ifs and it requires context.
Also, hey man, have we won a game since we started that drum thing?
Yeah, well
Oh,
we
we got the win at in on Christmas Day, but not at home.
no, I mean
So this drum
that
thing isn't cool anymore.
well, I mean, it's 2 losses. I mean, 2 losses hardly creates a trend. I mean, I think that if all of a sudden we go on like an 8 game skid and it's like, all right, maybe we don't, bang this drum. Maybe we just like turn it into a gong or something, or whatever office thing you can hit after you make a sale or something. Um,
But that's what it is. So, all right, moving on.
yeah, that's pretty much what we need to be thinking mentally, just kind of moving on from a game like this. But yeah, just taking a quick peek at the Spurs schedule coming up. Yeah, we have the Knicks on Wednesday, Pacers on Friday, Blazers on Saturday. That'll be a back-to-back right after the Pacers on Friday. And then we have a little time off before it's Grizzlies on next Tuesday, and then that'll be the first night of a back-to-back, and then Lakers on Wednesday. So pretty interesting chunk of our schedule coming up. So um yeah, let's see if we're able to bounce back after this 2-game skid.
Let's do it. We got to do it.
Yep,
I
yep.
believe in Wimby.
I believe in Wemby, but you know what I also believe in? I believe in the power of solar energy. And if you hit up the baseline or the baseline bums, the well, if you hit us up too, we've got some solar energy. The solarscouts.com/bums, hit up the solar scouts, figure out how to get yourself some clean, reliable solar energy. They'll do a free consultation, figure out what plan makes sense for you, your home, your family, your budget, all of the good stuff. They got a great product. Hit up Nick. Tell him the Baseline Bums podcast sent you. But yeah, should we dive on into some dunks? You got a dunk?
Yeah, man, I got a dunk. I'm gonna dunk on anyone who's betting on Oregon's rushing yards to be over 140. It's not. That's a dumb bet. I don't know why you're doing it. We haven't given up. I think most we gave up was 120 yards in the entire season. So if you really think Oregon's going to do 100 over 140, wow, I have a bridge to sell you. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna eat crow I'm gonna eat so much crow. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna dunk on myself for like a month if Tech loses. I've talked a lot of shit, so I got to figure that part out. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I know what my eyes see. I know what my heart says. So no, do not bet the over on that one.
Right. Like what? You're expecting the number one run defense to all of a sudden just crumble and just become Swiss cheese? Not likely.
What's the old saying? Defense travels.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna stick with you like some herpes, okay?
Who you dunking on, Rob?
Um, I think I'm gonna, and we mentioned it briefly. I was screaming at Mitch Johnson multiple times. This is gonna be a small dunk on Mitch Johnson. Dude, you gotta go back to double big lineups whenever it is clearly giving them troubles earlier on in the game. You see that our rotation is kind of stagnant, not for a minute or two, but for huge chunks of the third and fourth quarter, stagnant offense, just outsized on the rebounds. We started losing the points in the paint battle, and it was just such a clear indicator that we needed to go back to the double big. And
Yep.
I know this is his first year being the full-time head coach, so there's going to be growing pains and things like that. So I'm not expecting him to have all of the things just completely ironed out right now, but damn, I felt like this was a winnable game against a pretty good team. And all it took was maybe 4.5, 5 minutes of double big rotation in that fourth quarter. And we would have gotten more offensive rebounds, gotten more opportunities, probably kept them off the glass, limit second chance points. So many good things could have happened because of it. And yeah, it's
Yep.
just disappointing. So dunk on you, Mitch Johnson. But I think yeah, he is, obviously a coach that knows this, will make those adjustments in the future.
Yeah. I mean, if we're having this conversation in mid-March, different story. But we're having him late December, so somewhat acceptable, but we can't, we learn from our mistakes early, but we can't be doing this later on. Not if we want to make a playoff push.
Absolutely. Yeah, and this loss doesn't frustrate us in the same way the loss against the Jazz does. You know,
Right.
this is a good basketball team that is, you know, they're pretty healthy right now. So it's, you know, I'm not too upset at the talent that we lost to, but it was very winnable. So that is frustrating, but
You mean the defending defensive player of the year?
only by technicality. We know this.
They said
Wemby's
that, I was like, I was
but
not happy about it, but oh
they
well,
even
it is what it is.
they even said it in a way where it's like, current defending or depoy, and it's like, you can't even say that with your chest when Wemby is also on the court.
Yeah. But anyway, all right, man. It's late. I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's late. Let's get off here. If you're still here listening to the podcast and you were here, listening to all the good Spurs Cavs recap stuff and all the dunks and all the shenanigans and what have you, we really appreciate you. We not only love you, we love you hard over here.
Hard.
All of this is brought to you by Love You Hard TV and all the wonderful people over at the In the Building podcast. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to all of their stuff, as well as all the stuff over here at the
Tell your
Baseline Bumps.
friends.
Absolutely. Tell your friends, tell your mama. Absolutely. Tell everybody about the podcast. And it's always Go Spurs Go over here. We love this community. We really do. First and foremost, we love getting on here and talking Spurs basketball, but it would not be the same if we didn't have this wonderful Spurs community of people that love talking about the game in a genuine way. So wherever you're watching this, wherever, whether it's live on the YouTube, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, the Apple podcast, whether you're listening to it over there, we really appreciate however you're listening to the podcast. You guys, the whole community, you guys make this special. But that being said, we're going to get off here, guys. It's late. We're going to end this episode the same way we end all episodes. And even on a loss, we're still going to give a go,
Go
a
Spurs.
Spurs
Go.
go. Bum, bum, bum,
Dollar,
bum, bum.
dollar, dollar,
Spurs
2
win.